there are many drivers in the NASCAR sport, in the NASCAR world, that come and go, and some that can stay. And the ones that stay are sometimes the most arrogant, most unlikable, worst kind of people you can imagine. That are just absolutely hated in like so many ways. And in my case, I found 5 of them that I absolutely dislike with a burning passion. Okay? So before we get into this top 5 list, I'm just going to give you a quick couple honorable mentions. Carson Ware, Daniel Dye, Jack Wood, Drew Dollar, and Josh Rayum. So there's your honorable mentions. I'm not going to explain too much detail about them. You can go and look them up if you want to know. I think it would be easier for you to find out about it, because honestly, it would take up less time on this video, so this video would be quicker. So anyways, let's get on to this video, shall we? Good gravy, good God. Number 5, we have John Hunter Nemechek. Now, you might be thinking, why is he on the list? Now, compared to the other 4, I don't despise him as much. But there's one situation that really grinds my fucking gears. And that's right, baby. It was that IRP, the recent truck race. Yay, who would have thought? John Hunter Nemechek literally dumped Taylor Gray for nothing. For the lead. He dumped him with like 5 to go. He couldn't make a clean, simple pass on Gray. He had to freaking drive right through him and spin him out in the wall. You've got to be kidding me, dude. That is just... And then, like, seriously, he had no reason, had no business to wreck Taylor Gray like that. The dude could have won the race, and how old was he, like 17? He could have been he could have tied Sam Mayer as the youngest truck winner in the truck series. But thanks to John Hunter Nemechek pulling a Joey Logano by strategic move, by strategic I mean sarcastically, obviously, but what I mean by that is like, hey, I got the better truck / car and better tires. How, instead of passing your competitor with respect and ease, let's just put them in the wall or bump them out of the way or spin them out. And that's what he did to Taylor Gray. Thankfully, karma caught up to John Hunter Nemechek, which Zane Smith on the restart made a free wide move on the bottom, I think, and got loose and went up and put John Nemechek in the wall. And then the dude didn't know when to shut his mouth, didn't he? Then he went in this post-race interview saying that he was going to... He put him in the wall twice, Zane Smith, that season. He was going to think about retaliation or payback. Dude, you put Taylor Gray in the wall. You're such a hypocrite. Dude. Also, the reason why he's not lower than 5 is because he drives for Sam Hunt Racing. I don't hate Sam Hunt Racing. In fact, I think he makes the team much better than they are. So I think they're his best driver, and I like him more when he drives for Sam Hunt than he drives for Joe Gibbs himself in the Xfinity Series. So there. That's your number 5. Going on to number 4 is Ben Rhodes. Now you guys might be thinking, why? Why you hate Ben Rhodes? He's not done anything recently. Just to give you a quick, brief history lesson to the new fans who don't remember this, but a year and a half ago, in 2020, the Texas race, he wrecked 3 trucks on purpose for no reason. The first truck he wrecked was Todd Gilliland, and it didn't help his fact that the truck that he dumped was a frontline supporting truck. He basically dumped a truck sponsor that you basically dumped a truck that had a sponsor that was supporting the frontliners during the COVID time. And then he goes on and intentionally wrecks Christian Eckes for no reason, and Eckes hit the wall super hard with the rear end, the tail end of his truck. Hit it so hard, like after the hit, he spun around a few times and went down to the infield of the grass and rightfully and understandably flipped him off, double finger, I think. And then he goes out and wrecks a low budget backmarker team. Are you serious? It was Josh Bilicki and the 00 Ryum Brothers Racing truck that was having a solid day, a top 20, top 15 run, when rather that truck would be a top 30, top 35 truck. And Josh Bilicki was understandably mad, and rightfully so, and also he went on Twitter, and rightfully and understandably so once again, called out Ben Rhodes on Twitter. And the worst part of this is just, he didn't feel any remorse. He didn't feel regretful. I don't think he's apologized to any of the drivers that he wrecked intentionally on purpose. And NASCAR let him off the hook early. They didn't penalize him. They didn't give him a fine. They just let him go off the hook and swept it under the rug. Another reason why I hate Dick Rhodes is because of that 2021 Phoenix race. And before you go in the comments and say, oh, you're such a hypocrite, Daniel Hemrick did the same to Austin Cindric and you're not complaining about it. Well, there's a difference between going for your first career NASCAR win and just then battling for freaking third or fourth. You've got to be kidding me, dude. Once again, you pulled a Joey Logano. You had the better car, better truck, better tires, but just bump and run him out of the way. Couldn't make a clean, actual deserving champion move / pass on Zane Smith. No, let's just bump and run him out of the way. That's a championship-like move. Trying to be like Dale Earnhardt, huh? Well, you're not Dale Earnhardt. No one will ever be Dale Earnhardt. There will be never another Dale Earnhardt, ever. And then he got drunk after that race. After he literally bumped and run someone for no reason. Yeah, real championship worthy right there. Good God. That's why I hate Ben Rhodes. So, yeah. Oh, man. Man, this video is almost getting halfway. Coming on number 3 is Ty Gibbs. And, oh my God, Ty Gibbs has had more bullshit that has happened to him. Just as much bullcrap that has happened to him, as much as Logano standards. Or, I don't know, Kyle Busch standards. So, Ty Gibbs had controversy in ARCA where he intentionally wrecked somebody in that race. I forgot which race it was. He wrecked that driver. I think it was a teammate or another Toyota teammate. He wrecked him for no reason and went on to win the race. And I think he even had some controversy in 2021. He basically was blaming Allmendinger for that aggressive restart in Mid-Ohio on his interview because he raced him hard for the win. You spoiled brat. Jeez. That is just... Oh, this is so irritating, dude. That is just unbelievably annoying. You got kids like Ty Gibbs that are obviously rich kids. Only has that right because of his last name. He may have the talents, yes, but he surely does not know how to freaking race someone with respect. And now he decided recently, just a couple weeks back, that he would start to race people cleanly. Dude, he should have done this after 2021 or the Ryan Sieg Las Vegas incident. That's when you should have done that. You should have stuck by your decision rather than going to Martinsville a few months later or a month or two later and then going into a a fight with you being a cowardly, cocksucking, spoon-fed child wearing your helmet when Sam Mayer wanted to fight you because you were on his ass at the end of the race because he was trying to bump you out of the way for the $100,000. And I feel like that Ty Gibbs, all that he said is just a freaking lie, dude. I think he saw the hate that he's been receiving and felt bad for it, so he decided to say all this stuff so he can regain his fans and help rebuild what was left of his reputation in NASCAR. That's what I think he was trying to do. And it's working for him. But I need more proof that he can race people more cleanly, because he cannot just say this just a couple weeks ago and expect me or anyone else to think that you're legit when you should have admitted this instead of this a few months ago at the Ryan Seek incident at Las Vegas. Unbelievable, dude. Just unbelievable. That's why I hate Ty Gibbs. He's greedy, and I think that his driving style racing these people are just holding his aggression back. I feel like that he could snap at any point and just turn somebody for the win, for all I care. If he was in the cup race tomorrow and was racing up front, I bet you'd bump and run that person out of the way. Who knows? People are believing him, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. He needs to show me some actual legit more proof that he is actually legit with what he has said. So, yeah. He's at number 3. That's why I hate Ty Gibbs. So, yeah, he needs to tone that aggression down a lot, just like Johnny Nemechek and Ben Rhodes. Same with the last two. Coming at number 2 is Denny Hamlin. For the last 5 years, it's been hell for Hamlin, and it's understandable. First, it all started in 2017 Martinsville. And before you go in the comments and say, oh, you're still mad about something from 5 years ago, I'm over it. Chase Elliott has well over nearly 20 wins now. He has one at Martinsville. Redemption 3 years later. And won the championship. So there's nothing to be mad over. Still be mad over. Also, just a hint, the 24 came that close to winning again. The same car that my favorite all-time driver, Jeff Gordon, was in. And I knew Hamlin was not trying to intentionally wreck Chase. I think he was trying to bump and run Chase for the win. Like, he tried to go up side by side with him. Tried to bump and run him. Like, that's common. It's Martinsville. But he bumped him too hard. He spun him out for no reason. Like, Hamlin, you should know how to bump and run somebody by now. At that time, he had 10 years of experience in Cup. And that whole experience that day was just like the infamous 2008 Richmond race with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kyle Busch. Just 9 years later in 2017. And that's why I think that in 2018 was a karma year for Hamlin. Got eliminated in the first round of the chase, and that was his first season where he didn't have a win. Probably because the racing gods cursed Hamlin for wrecking Chase. And then you go on to 2020. That Talladega fall race. And this is not Hamlin's wrong. This is not Hamlin's doing. This is NASCAR's doing. But still, he made a stupid ass move that screwed someone out of the win. When Matt DiBenedetto was trying to defend the lead from William Byron, when there was chaos going on in front of them, Hamlin decided to go underneath below the WO line, even though against the rule, you shouldn't do that. And he advanced his position, and they didn't penalize him, NASCAR. They were so biased towards Hamlin, they wanted him to win because he was a championship favorite. Dude, Hamlin, you didn't have to do that. You could have just hit the brakes or slowed down your car and turned right. There's no one on the high side. You could have just all avoided that and then hit the gas. And helped whoever was in front of you get a big push and then maybe make a move. Imagine how much less controversial that finish would have been. Huh? Imagine how much less controversial that would be. Hamlin. Just imagine. Just imagine. And to add insult on the injury, he didn't win the title. Because that was probably the racing gods cursing Hamlin again. Unbelievable, dude. Just unbelievable. And then you fast forward to 2021. Not much happened in 2021 up till the Martinsville race. The same race where you had problems and conflicts with Chase Elliott just 4 years prior. This time with another Hendrick Motorsports driver. The opposite of the 24. The 48 who fairly beat him out at Richmond. Sorry at the burp. I had pizza earlier and drank a lot of water. But he beat out Hamlin fair and square at Richmond earlier that year. And Ray was racing him hard in that race as well, the fall race. He was racing him hard and fair and square. Yes, he got into him and spun him and hit him up the track, but then Hamlin does the next immature thing, goes into Bowman's burnout scene and ruined it for him. He wouldn't let him do a burnout. He was on him, and if he tried to do a burnout, he would just smash into him. That's real a veteran move right there. And then he goes out of his car and completely loses it on Hamlin, on Bowman, pardon me, after Bowman literally apologized to him, calling him a hack, a terrible driver. That is just so far-fetched, Hamlin. That is so far-fetched. And that does not end there. This year, he had another controversial incident. This time, it's probably the worst. It's probably worse than the 2017 incident with Chase Elliott. Much worse. He freaking annihilated Ross Chastain and put him in harm's way and took out another car in exchange for this quote-unquote payback. When he should have waited till Richmond or something. Where he could have just spun Chastain for the grass and not take out another car with him. He freaking squeezed Chastain against the wall. Chastain hit the wall, bounced off, almost got T-boned by Harvick, got hit in the gas can area, the American ethanol ring, nearly clipped Kyle Busch. Like, Denny Hamlin nearly got his teammate taken out one head on the wall. When Chastain was spinning, Chase almost freaking T-boned Chastain as well. And Chastain went down into the open wall where there was a road to where the safety trucks come out, and he hit the passenger side of his door right in that area of the wall. Now, you're lucky that that wasn't faster than it was, because Ross Chastain could have gotten hurt in that crash. And not to mention, Harvick nearly broke his wrist. He nearly broke his wrist. And that's why I'm happy he got DQ'd. Because if that's how you're going to win and break an all-time legend's record by freaking nearly killing or injuring them, that's just sick. I'm glad karma caught up to him and got him DQ'd. Because that was freaking dumb. And I probably will never forgive Hamlin for that. Should have waited on the payback, and that payback was not justified. And I can't believe people are defending it. When he put Chastain and Harvick in harm's way. Unbelievable. Now we go to number one. And the number one driver, y'all should have seen this coming, is on Joey Logano. I cannot stand Logano at all. I cannot. That dude is the epitome of what is wrong with these kind of drivers today in NASCAR. There's a lot to talk about Logano and rant on Logano. Now sit back and enjoy, because this one might take a while. Because there's a lot to unravel about Logano. This all started in 2013 with Denny Hamlin, the aforementioned Denny Hamlin. Now, when he was with Joe Gibbs, I didn't mind him. I didn't care for him, but he was alright. I liked his paint schemes. He was the Home Depot guy. Didn't know Tony Stewart originally drove the Home Depot car, because that's when I joined NASCAR 2012. Didn't hate Logano. But he lost all credibility from me that year in 2013 when he decided to immaturely injure and nearly kill Hamlin at Auto Club. When really the weeks prior, he got slowed up. He brake checked and got himself spun out by Hamlin. Hamlin couldn't slow down in time, so tip, statistically or basically or took yourself out, and you went to go blame Hamlin, and then you go at Auto Club and you go and squeeze him up the track, take yourself out of contention for the win, and you fall back to like third or fourth, and Hamlin goes down and hits the inside wall. When it goes 4 wheels off the ground, gets a broken back, and just like that, you ruined a guy's season for nothing. I don't think anything happened in 2014, but oh boy, 2015 is where really things take a choo-choo train mode. You guys, you know. At Kansas, 2015, late in the race, Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano were having a fair battle. Fair game, fair battle. Coming down to the closing laps, Joey Logano freaking turned out Matt Kenseth for literally nothing. Just spun him out and screwed Matt Kenseth out of the chase and for the championship. And what were you expecting Matt Kenseth to do? Leave this behind? I don't think so. And then when he goes out and wrecks Logano at freaking Martinsville, he gets penalized, but Logano gets penalized. Because you wonder why? Because Brian France simps for Logano. He condemned Logano for taking out one of the top tier teams. He probably had a Joey Logano frame picture in his bedroom, and every time he turned his shoulder and looked at it, he would wink, 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 wink at it. That's how much he loved Logano. He probably had a fetish for Logano. I don't know. He probably secretly owned a lot of Logano merch and had like every single die-cast of Logano that was made. I don't know. Then you fast forward to 2020, 5 years later. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Chase Elliott fan, so get the hell out of here with that excuse. But let me just say, he got mad at Chase Elliott for racing him hard at Bristol. Why the hell would Chase intentionally take himself off the track into you? He got loose, and both of you guys went in the wall. It was a racing deal. That happens at short tracks. And the butthurt Logano was so mad about it that just a week or two later had to hold up Chase Elliott at Homestead in the closing laps and screwed him out of the win because he does not like hard racing. And got mad at someone who was racing him hard. And he's such a hypocrite too, just like John Hunter Nemechek. He races the people dirty, but doesn't like the way he gets raced back. Could you also say the same thing with Ty Gibbs? Probably. And then we fast forward to this year, where once again Logano pulls a stupid ass dumb shit move. That was worthy to be a champion. Not really. That was a real act of a champion. Jeez. Late in the game, just like 10 years ago he did to Mark Martin at Pocono. Had the faster car, fresher tires than Byron. Once again, I'm not saying this because I'm a Hendrick Motorsports fan, Byron fan, so once again, get out with that logic. He didn't have to put him in the wall. He could have just made a move around him. Logano, you didn't have to damage race cars. Byron may have put you in the wall, but he didn't screw you out of the top 5, let alone the top 10. And once you did that, you destroyed a beautiful paint scheme, and you destroyed his car, and you could barely turn the car in the closing laps. The closing lap, the final lap of the race, you could barely bring the thing home. And he finishes 13th, and people calling that justified and calling that a good points day when he should have had a top 5. Bump and run is fine, but if you're gonna dump and run somebody like that into the wall, it's not fine. Logano is such a bitch. I thought he has matured. If I think he had the chance, he would do it again. And then he goes on and said, if that's the way he wants to race me, I'll race him the same way back. In his post-race crybaby interview to the media. Well, you, Logano, are a hypocrite. So that's why Logano is my most hated, despised the driver ever. And can't you blame me of all the stupid things he has done for the last 9 years, almost 10 years of his bull crap. And I understand every single detail on why Kamikaze Games hates Joey Logano. So yeah, there's the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please, I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you agree with this. Please respect my opinion. I do respect yours, but please respect mine in exchange. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace out.